In this example, we're interested in the proportion of scholarship recipients that are female. We have a sample of 400 scholarship recipients, 250 of which are male, and we want to test if the proportion P, again P is the proportion of female scholarship recipients, equals 0.5, or if the proportion is less than 0.5. Okay, so again, the way that I do this is in my calculator, I go to 1 prop z test. 1 prop z test. Test is for hypothesis testing. Earlier in the semester we did 1 prop z int for a confidence interval. But we don't want that right now. We want the 1 prop z test. So it's stats test 1 prop z test. The p0 is the number from the null hypothesis. So 0.5. My x is my number of successes. And again, successes goes with whatever I'm measuring. So the proportion P is recipients that are female. So X should be number of female recipients in the sample. They only told us how many male. I know there are 400 total. So 400 total minus the male is going to be 185. So there are 185 female recipients. So X has to be female recipients. And again, that's because the proportion P is of recipients that are female. So X has to be female. Okay, my N is the number in the sample. N is 400. So let me get those numbers in. 185, 400. And my prop, the thing that I highlight, is what my alternative looks like. So the alternative looks like less than P0. So I highlight it, I press enter over it, and then I go to calculate. And the thing that follows the letter P, the one without the hat over it, is a 0.0668. And that is my p-value. Okay. Okay, if my p-value is 0.0668, I want to make a conclusion based on the 2 different values of alpha that I was given, or the 2 different levels of significance. Okay, so in each of them, what I have to do is I have to compare it to alpha. 0.0668 is bigger than 0.05, so that means I'm going to accept the null hypothesis. Whenever the p-value is bigger than alpha, I accept the null hypothesis at the level of significance of whatever alpha is, at the level of significance 0.05. Okay, so again, for the second part, I just compare the p-value and alpha. So here the p-value is less than alpha. Whenever the p-value is less than alpha, that's when I reject the null hypothesis. Okay, and again, at level of significance of whatever alpha is. Here, alpha is 0.1.